coronavirus pandemic has brought some unexpected pleasures. I was walking down the street the other day and it was so quiet you could close your eyes and imagine a world without cars. Pollution is lifting, it's disappearing. You could almost smell the fresher air. Somebody said to me the other day that when you look at the sky, there's no airplane trails, and it's almost like the sky is bluer than it's ever been before. You can hear the birds singing and see the flowers blooming. The world indeed is a beautiful place. But there's no hiding the fact that the world has problems as well. You know and I know there is sickness, there is pain, there is addiction, there's famine, there's suffering, there's war, there's death. How then is it possible that the old book says this? For God so loved the world. For God so loved the world. How can that be true when we see so many problems? I think that's a good question, but we can't stop at just those words. The old book says this: for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him would not die, but would live forever. You know, God created a beautiful world, and we have made a mess of this world. But God didn't leave us in this mess. You know, God sent his son, Jesus, on a rescue mission for us to lift us out of this mess. There's this beautiful picture, image in the old book. It's a picture of God lifting us out of the mud and the muck and the mire and putting our feet securely upon a rock, a place of safety. And this is what God desires and intends for each one of us. This is what the death and resurrection of Jesus has achieved. This is how much he loves the world. This is how much he loves you. He comes to give life now and life eternally. And it's a life beyond what you can possibly comprehend. The old book says this, that no eye has seen and no ear has heard, nor has the heart of man imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. For God so loved the world. Yes, it's a love that's higher than the mountains. It's a love that is vaster than the oceans. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son. The death and resurrection of Jesus is like God pouring his love upon us like a mighty river. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him would not die, but would live forever. So what is your response to this amazing love of God?
Here is love, vast as the ocean, loving kindness as the flood, where the Prince of Life, our ransom, shed for us his precious blood, who his love will not remember, who can cease to sing his praise, and he will never be forgotten throughout hell's eternal days. On the mount of crucifixion, fountains open deep and wide, through the floodgates of God's mercy flowed a vast and gracious tide. Grace and love like mighty rivers poured incessant from above, and heaven's peace and perfect justice kissed a guilty world in love. Grace and love like like mighty rivers, poured incessant from above, and heaven's peace and perfect justice kissed a guilty world in love.